from my mark in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield, this is Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluder. Presented by Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Also brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Live from the Hyatt Regency, here is your host, Rob Brooks.
Well, it's hard to believe, but just one more non-conference game to go before the Hawkeyes head to Big Ten play the rest of the way. Loyola of Chicago on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Iowa will be back inside Carver Hawkeye Arena for the first time. It's been a while since December 2nd. And the Hawks get win number 11 against Cleveland State, 104-75 in front of an enthusiastic 14,786 at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines as the Hawks went over the century mark for the fourth time this season. As we welcome you to Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. We are, of course, live at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. And Lisa, another successful trip and another successful trip to Des Moines. And boy, what an atmosphere it was. People were all over downtown. The parking lots were jam-packed, and just a terrific atmosphere outside, and then, boy, even better inside.
Yeah, it kind of felt a little bit like a NCAA tournament type game. And Cleveland State has been to the NCAA tournament last year. They won 30 games, but unfortunately they lost their #1 player, their point guard, and that has really hurt them this year. And so I think it would have been a better game had they been fully healthy. They've actually lost another player as well. It wasn't one of their top 5, but another player as well. So they've had the injury bug a little bit. That hurt them, obviously. And, you know, when our players found out that they only play zone defense, their eyes lit up, too.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And you haven't seen much of that so far this year, so a little bit of preparation. But the shooters that you've got had to really enjoy seeing that.
Well, especially Caitlin, who had 9 3-pointers there. Molly also cashed in on 1. But, you know, I was impressed with with the way we got the ball in the paint against the zone. In fact, we had 44 paint points to their 22, and usually you don't get that when you're in with a zone, but we got a lot of really high percentage shots by getting the ball inside in the gaps in the zone. And then, of course, Hannah Stolke just cleaned up on the boards. She had 13 rebounds, 6 of them offensive, and I think it tied her high of 17 points for this game. And Sharon Goodman also had 10 rebounds in this game.
That was the impressive thing, too, 19 offensive rebounds, and I thought that in the first quarter really set the tone at the offensive glass. It got 2 opportunities, 3 opportunities, I think maybe 4 or 5 on one possession. Just came out swinging, especially at the offensive board end.
Yeah, we held them to 16% of offensive rebounds. We got 55% of offensive rebounds, which is an extremely high number. In fact, I told the team, we had 19 offensive rebounds, more than what they had defensive rebounds. They had 15, and you can tell because paint points are second chance points, 20 Iowa second chance points, and 2 for CSU. So we did a great job on the boards, especially those 2 women, Sharon and Hannah.
Which is great to see. And Hannah gets a double-double, the first this year, and then second for her career with 17 points and 13 rebounds. And guess what? Under 17 minutes.
Yeah, point a minute, not bad, huh?
You'll take that, right?
Yeah, and almost a rebound a minute. That's pretty incredible. No, she had just a really good game. I think Hannah is really getting up. After the last game, somebody asked if she was at 100%, and I said I think she is offensively, but not quite rebounding wise. Well, I think she might have heard that and wanted to prove me wrong. So she came back with a vengeance on the boards against Cleveland State.
And the impressive thing with her is that free throw shooting. 5 out of 6. She's done a terrific job there, and you've mentioned it before, but the work obviously that was put in the spring and summer just looks totally different, so much more comfortable from 15 feet away.
On the year, 77% from the free throw line. I think we'd all take that. She's 20 out of 26 from the free throw line, doing a really good job there, and she keeps working at it. So she has put in the work definitely over the summer and continues to do so. And
that's I've heard coaches talk about free throws, and that's, you got to kind of take those personally.
Yeah.
Because it's the difference between maybe averaging 15 or 17 points to 22 or 23.
Yeah.
And it adds to it, especially when you're going to get there a lot, like you would expect Hannah to.
Yeah, like you said, Hannah, she drew 5 fouls in this game. She only had 1 foul herself, but she drew 5 fouls. So she got to that free throw line a lot. And as a whole, we did. I was really happy with our free throw percentage, 93%. We were 26 for 28 from the free throw line. So we got there a lot, and we converted when we got there.
Now that's more like it, right?
Oh,
that's,
I love that.
Iowa basketball.
I love that,
when you get to the free throw line like that, and certainly,
and especially against a zone. That doesn't happen as often either. And so I was really happy to see us really attack that zone. And a lot of it was in transition.
Well, you led after 1 at 26-18, and you knew that Cleveland State, especially with that atmosphere, they would come out and play hard. And they've got a couple of really nice players at Colby Maples. She was attacking the rim, especially in the first half. And they had
Michaela Purdue
really
knocked
knocked down 3 out of 4 or 5 out of 7 from three-point range. A good shooter. Yeah,
she really had a great night against us. We knew she was a good shooter coming in, but that was her best that she'd played all year. But they really needed her to do so. And I thought they were scrappy. I thought they fought hard, and so it was good because it really made our team really stay focused the whole way through. And I think sometimes you get those big leads, and it's easy to kind of let up. And our players did not do that.
No, that's been an impressive thing too. Is you got a lot of players into the game, obviously 10 players scored, and the fact that everybody did seem to be focused and just continued to play and had that 37-point lead midway through the fourth quarter, which is huge, which shows whoever was out on the court was taking that lead even bigger.
Absolutely. Our bench outscores theirs 29-10. So, I think this is one of the deepest teams that we've had since I've been at Iowa. It's just we have a lot of people coming in off the bench and doing a really great job. Hannah's coming in off the bench, although that may change. Sydney F. Folter, Kylie Feuerbach, Taylor McCabe, Addison O'Grady. Jada Gimphy, all people that we really trust coming in and performing well, and they are.
Always talk about consistency, too, and I thought another impressive thing about this game Saturday night, second quarter field goal percentage at 56%, 9 of 16. Third quarter, 11 of 19, and those were your two best quarters where you really built on that lead. And then the fourth quarter, even 50%, shoot over 50% for the game, over 32% from three. And then obviously we talked about the free throw shooting.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good, consistent game for us. And I really credit the atmosphere. I mean, you have that many people and they're excited to be there. There's a lot of people that maybe hadn't had the chance to see Iowa women's basketball in person that had the opportunity. You know, there's some Southwest fans, you know, from the western side of Iowa possibly. I know there was a lot of Des Moines people there, but I think some people traveled in, and like you said, it was almost a tournament type of feeling and atmosphere surrounding Wells Fargo, and obviously a great place to play a game like that. And so it was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that Caitlin played so well going back to Des Moines. That just to me was, you know, something that she was really, really excited about, going to Des Moines and playing, and her adjusted field goal percentage in this game was 83%. I mean, that is unheard of. And a perfect 3 for 3 from the field, 38 points. But truly, she had a special night. She was feeling it. When she hits a three and, you know, high fives half the first row as she's running back on defense, you know she's feeling it.
And the fans were feeling it,
they
too.
Loved it.
9 three-pointers out of 16. You talk about facing that zone. Well, Caitlin was in the zone. And that last shot from three that she made before she went to the bench, I think that just kind of set the crowd over the edge a little bit.
I think it did. I love some of the pictures that are unbelievable photographers that, again, and, you know, there's a story about, you know, there's the first time her grandmother's seen her play live since she's been in college. So that was kind of an interesting, and really, I got to meet her after the game and talk to her, just lovely, and really glad that she got to see a spectacular night for Caitlin.
Well, she might have to make a few more games.
I know, if Caitlin's going to play like that, right?
Yeah, no doubt about that. And again, Player of the Week in the Big
22nd time.
Unbelievable.
Tied Megan Gustafson, right? Tied her record, or maybe broke her record. I can't remember.
I think Megan has 23.
Oh, so we need one more.
That's what I saw today. So, but the two of them have combined for 45.
Oh my goodness!
Players of the week in the Big Ten Conference.
That's incredible. And Megan's in London right now, just having a ball, playing over there for one of the top leagues, and really enjoying her time there.
Pretty cool to have number one and number two, though, as far as Big Ten Players of the Week that you've coached.
Yeah, very blessed.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Extremely blessed, yeah.
For Caitlin Clark, 62% from the floor. We talked about her adjusted field goal percentage with the 38 points and the 9 three-pointers. And you mentioned, obviously, wanting to go back in Des Moines, and when this game was scheduled, sold out in 90 minutes. A lot of pressure to go back, not only personally, but all her fans and everybody that was there to see her maybe for the first time. And that's not an easy thing to do, but just shows you that mental toughness that she has to be able to go into that building, perform like that with, you know, maybe a little extra weight on her shoulders. Yeah,
you know, I agree. And she said, you know, I'm a lot happier leaving it this time than I did the last time I left Wells Fargo. As we all know, that was...
It's always nice to get a second chance, right?
Exactly. She didn't have too many wins there in high school, but glad that we could give her this one. It was special.
It sure was. And it's just hard to believe, too, Coach, that the non-conference portion of the schedule is just about over. We've got one more on Thursday night.
That's it. Thursday night, Loyola, 5 o'clock, Carver Hawkeye Arena. They're coming off a win today. They won by 3. It came down to the wire, and they did it at home. But it's a situation where we got one more tune-up. And then you're right. They'll go home for the holidays. Come back, we'll have about 3 days to get ready, and then we'll host Minnesota on December 30th.
And then
Minnesota's playing well.
Yes. Yeah. Only one loss so far. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about the Big Ten standings, of course, a little bit later on, because there's a big game in the Big Ten right now.
What's going on with that one?
A future Big Ten team next year, UCLA, number 2 in the country, and Ohio State at 13. It's 31-27 right now with 2:52 left to go in the second. UCLA at the free throw line. That's a huge game heading into the holiday break.
Kind of crazy. Ohio State's played both USC and UCLA this year, and they're non-conference. Two teams that are going to be joining the Big Ten next year.
Just getting an extra jump, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ohio State playing very good basketball as well. They are at 9-1 and have won their last 9 consecutive games. So we are off and running here at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. If you would like to jump in on the conversation, 1-877-464-2957, 1-877-464-2957. Or great audience once again. If you have a question, come on up and we'll talk to Coach Bluder about it, as 10 players scored for the Hawkeyes against Cleveland State and now are 11-1 for the 9th time in school history. Kate Martin has been sensational this year as well. She has now been in double figures 7 of the last 8 games, coming off of 15 points and 6 rebounds against Cleveland State. We talked about Hannah Stolke, her second career double-double, coming off the bench with 17 points, 13 boards in just under 17 minutes of play. She was 6 out of 9 from the floor. Oak Knoll's mission, of course, is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. Proud presenting sponsor of Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder once again this year. You can visit oaknoll.com to learn more. Tonight's show also brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of all Hawkeye athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We'll be back. We are live from the Hyatt Regency in Coralville, and this is Hawk Talk presented by Oak Knoll from Learfield.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as all the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. By 2025, we'll rely completely on climate-friendly, alternative fuels. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle these new fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at US Cellular. So you can connect with all your family members this holiday season, like your snowbird grandparents, your adorable nieces, or your favorite uncle. Just think, with any phone free from US Cellular, you can even call your aunt, who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or, you know, maybe just send her a festive text. Everyone can get the gift of connection at US Cellular. Get any phone free today. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop and count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smartertogether. Member FDIC.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oaknall is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder from the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Appreciate everybody coming out for our final show of 2023. We'll have a little break for the holidays and won't be back here. Our next Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder will be on the 8th of January. So we'll plan to see you then, and then pretty much every week all the way through early March. There might be a couple of Wednesdays scattered in there, but mostly Monday nights, because won't be here on the 2nd because, as most of you know, the Hawkeyes play Michigan State at home. That's an 8 o'clock start, so that'll be back-to-back home games to restart the Big Ten portion of the schedule, and then right to Rutgers for a Friday night contest in Piscataway, and then the following week will be at Purdue. But we'll be here on the 8th of January for our next Hawk Talk as we progress on this show, getting ready for Iowa and Loyola of Chicago on Thursday night at Carver Hawkeye Arena. And Coach, we talked about it on the pregame show. Finals are over in the books. That's a great feeling.
Oh,
and it's an even better feeling now. We don't have to wake up on Monday morning and go to class.
Oh, I know. It's so fun for them. You know, now they can be like, just, you know, they're getting ready for Christmas. They're getting ready to go home for 4 days, getting ready for Loyola. It's a really great time to be a college athlete, as far as, you know, you're at the break and you're with your best friends and you're just playing basketball. And so it's a fun time and a nice, well-deserved break, because our team does so well academically. I'm just so proud of what, I haven't seen their grades yet, but last year we had a 3.4 grade point average, 3.41 grade point average as a team. They do a very, very good job, and some really difficult majors too. So I'm really happy for them just to have this time.
Yeah, we see them studying all the time on the road. They're down in the lounge area, or getting together, or Zoom meeting with teachers. So they are at it academically during the day, no doubt about it.
They do a great job.
So this week, obviously, leading up to a game, pretty normal. And then what does the schedule look like as you cut them loose for a few days?
Yeah, this week we were practicing, well, we had Sunday off, and then we practiced Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in preparation of our game on Thursday. Wednesday night we're having I almost said a family Christmas party, a team Christmas party, so that will be fun.
That's always a fun time, right?
It is fun. They have a Secret Santas that they exchange with each other, and it is a very, very fun evening always. And so that's on Wednesday. Thursday is our game, 5 o'clock, so that's kind of been a different time for that game. I know it's been kind of bouncing around, but it's at 5 o'clock, only on Big Ten Plus, so you have to be there or be listening on the radio or be a Big Ten Plus subscriber in order to get the game against Loyola. Then they'll be leaving, heading home. A lot of them will head home that night or maybe possibly the next morning. They'll get 4 days at home, and we'll practice again on the 26th at night in preparation for our home game against Minnesota on December 30th.
And I'm sure it's encouraged to maybe get into a high school gym or keep working out.
Yes.
Try to stay in a routine. Yeah,
our strength coach, Lindsay Alexander, will send them home with a workout for them to do for strength training, and absolutely getting into the gym is a priority. But we also tell them, you know, do something different, like go swimming or go, you know, get on an exercise bike or just do something different so that maybe you're not on your legs, and give your legs a little bit of a break during that 4 days too.
It's so important too, and I talked to Lindsay about this, like cross training. Don't do the same thing, the same motions time after time, day after day, because it'll wear and tear on your body.
It will, and you know, we don't get many 4-day breaks. In fact, we don't get any. This is the only one all year. You know, if they're lucky, you know, they might get one or maybe one more 2-day break until March. And so it's a long season, and this 4 days they really need to use it wisely and get some rest for themselves too.
But also, and it helps with a veteran team and the leadership that you have. Hey, make sure that we take care of business on Thursday, and we don't minimize mentally leave on Wednesday.
Yes, we've had that experience before. Sometimes we're we don't play our best that game because they're just ready to get, on the road and get home. So yes, we are able to warn them about that. But yeah, when you have people like Kate and Gabby and Caitlin as our captains and leaders, they will definitely be sure to tell them, listen, business first, and then we'll have 4 days off.
That's right, and that makes it so much more enjoyable than the other way, right?
It sure does.
You couldn't enjoy it at all,
no,
right?
No.
If something like that happened.
That's no fun.
I know you well enough you wouldn't be enjoying any time at home, but certainly that's a great opportunity for them. And then it's, as you mentioned, all business, but then it also is nice, too, because you can use that practice time, don't have to worry about classes, and it's not for 1 or 2 weeks. You get about a month or so where you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah, we do. And so when we go to Rutgers, play at Rutgers, that's right outside of New York City. And so we plan on going in a day early and just having the opportunity to take the team into New York City and letting them see the, the Rockefeller Center and the tree and all that sort of things around Christmas time. It's fun for the players to be able to see New York City. Some of them have never been there, so they're pretty excited about that opportunity that we'll have, later before school starts, obviously.
Yeah, and had an opportunity to do that maybe 4 or 5 years ago when you played Rutgers during break.
That's right. It's just a good time to be able to mesh some, fun and, sightseeing in with the game.
No doubt about that, and that'll be a great opportunity to see some of the sights in downtown New York City. Let's head to the phones as we've got them lined up from all over the place. First, let's go to Emmitsburg with Audrey. Audrey, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. My question tonight is, could you explain how the plus and minus stat is calculated, and what stats count as a plus or minus? And also, an example is if a player gets a rebound, I know they get a plus or a point, then do all the other 4 players on the floor get a plus or also? And could you just go into that into a little bit more detail? Thank you.
I'd be glad to, Audrey. That's a great question. For example, it really measures both your offense and your defense with the group that you're in. So while you're in, did your group perform offensively and defensively, held the team? So, for example, Sharon Goodwin was a +7 for the last game. So that means while she was in the game, Sharon Goodman individually, while she was in the game, we scored 7 more points than Cleveland State did. Molly Davis was a 28. So when Molly Davis was in the game, we scored 28 more points. So it's a measurement of both your offense and your defense because it's the difference between the two. So I hope that it doesn't count anything about rebounds. Of course, rebounds help because that would help your offense and defense, but it really is a measurement of both of those categories. We also get them for groups of people. So on the stat sheet, you can always see the individual plus or minus, but we also get certain lineups. So we know what lineups are playing better together in a plus-minus category. So Audrey, good question. I also got a question about effective field goal percentage. And what that means is when you make a 3, its value is more than when you make a 2, and the difficulty is harder. So you get when you make a 3-point field goal, it counts as 1.5 field goals. Thus, the points difference of 3 versus 2. So 1.5 field goals versus just 1 field goal. So, for example, Molly Davis was 4 for 6 for the field, but she was 1 for 1 from 3-point line. So she was really 4.5 because it counts as a half extra. 4.5 divided into 6 to get her effective field goal percentage shooting. I hope I explained that right. I'm not the best teacher.
You got to be a math major to siphon through those numbers.
I love all that stuff. I love it.
Do you track that, the plus minus, pay attention to it by group and by individual?
We don't look at it by groups too much during the game. We do after the game, and we can see okay, on the year, who's been our best producing groups, or the last 5 games, who's been the best producing group. So yeah, we definitely look at it, but during the game, not so much, but we do look at the individual during the game.
And what Sydney's number at Wisconsin was?
It was 38 or something. It was just crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. Our highest plus minus for this game was Caitlin at 35.
Which is pretty good.
Which is pretty good. When you outscore a team by 29, But when she was on the floor, we outscored them by 35. So that's very, very good.
It's kind of what it came, I think, 3 years ago. Maybe they started this line item in the box score. It's interesting.
It is, and it is helpful to us and our, figuring out who's really playing better on both ends of the floor by quickly looking at a statistic.
And the data that you have at your fingertips now is just incredible.
Yeah, it really is. We have so much synergy information now. We can tell exactly how many times a person, if they're coming off a ball screen, will take a 3 versus a 2, what percentage they shoot from each of those areas, and yeah, it's pretty good.
And I've seen drives left 63% of the time versus the right side, and
uses ball screens, rejects ball screens. I mean, all this sort of thing. So it's pretty interesting.
Let's go to Dallas, Texas, and Melody. How are you? Got to be a first-time caller, I think, right?
I am. Yes. Can you hear me? Okay.
You bet. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say I'm such an Iowa fan. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, but rooting for Iowa. And it's so fun to watch you guys. And if you hear my kids in the background, I apologize. But basically, I just wanted to ask Coach Bluder, you are such a well-prepared team. You guys prepare so well for every opponent. That's evident. And I just wondered how you all are kind of preparing to hopefully repeat your success of last year in your tournament run. Obviously, you all have said multiple times you have a different team this year, but even though you, lost 2 starting seniors, you guys still, show your dominance in your play and the fluidity of your offense. And so I was just curious how you all, kind of prepare with that in the back of your mind. Do y'all feel the pressure? Are y'all motivated by the pressure? I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you for calling, Melody. I really appreciate you calling from Texas.
And some young Hawkeye fans in the background,
I love the kids in the background. Are you kidding? That's what makes it awesome, is the kids in the background. So, how we prepare for every game. I mean, we watch 5 or 6 films on every single opponent. And, some people may say, well, Loyola, their record isn't quite as good. They're 6-4 on the season. Maybe you don't have to prepare. No, we've actually watched 6 films on them because one of them was all zone, and we don't play as much zone. So we've watched 6 games on them. We look at synergy to see all the statistics, the extra statistics that we can find out about them. So I feel like our team is really, really prepared. Now, we can give them information, but it's up to them to memorize information. We can give them film, which we do. We give them game film. We give them highlights of their offenses, but it's up to them to watch the film. And so really, I feel like my coaching staff is extremely prepared. It's up to the players, though, to make those really, to build that memory of what their strengths are, what their weaknesses, how we're guarding this person, how we're guarding that person. And so it's really up to our players in order to memorize that information. And with a veteran team, they do a really great job with that. Does our team feel the pressure to continue to do what we did last year? It's unrealistic. I mean, it is so hard to make the Final Four, but we would say, it's unrealistic for us to say that we don't feel some pressure. Of course we feel some pressure in wanting to win the Big Ten, and wanting to win the Big Ten tournament, and wanting to get back to the Final Four. Everybody wants to do that. But now we've done it once. There is a little bit more pressure, and there's a little target on our back. And so, we try to acknowledge it. I think if you hide from it, if you put your head in the sand about it, it's just going to blow up at some time. So we acknowledge it. We talk about it all the time. We're reading a book right now by Billie Jean King called Pressure is a Privilege, and we read that. I read a portion of it to our team at every shoot around at the end on game days. And so just to kind of put into their mind some of the things that Billie Jean did in order to when she had the pressure of playing in the Battle of the Sexes and what she faced in doing that. So I just feel like we can learn from our past heroes and be able to put some of this into works, and that's what we're trying to accomplish.
And you talked about that last year, too. Pressure is a privilege, and I think it resonated with a lot of the players.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we all face pressure, but how do you deal with it? And so we're trying to get little things that we can learn from her on how we can deal with it.
And too, Coach, you only get so many hours of practice time with the players, so you're right. Doing your individual work, that extra detailed work is really important.
Yeah, not only do they do individual work on their own as far as shots, I mean, they'll come in and get extra shots up on their own, but the film work as well. And so it really is both mental and physical.
Melody, thanks very much. Calling in from Dallas, Texas. After the break, we'll get to the phones. Anthony and Karin are up next. And don't forget that throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn promotes values that are uniquely Iowan. On behalf of Iowa's corn farmers, we salute all athletes for their hard work and determination both on and off the field. Just like our athletes, our state leads the nation in corn and ethanol production. Follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to learn how corn grows Iowa. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, and also voted the best of the area in the 10th consecutive year for them. They proudly support Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball. You can trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. We'll be back to the phones, and we'll be back to the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This is Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluder, presented by Oaknall from Learfield.
Hey, Hawkeyes, while your hard-working class are on the court, is making sure that the power keeps going, the water keeps flowing, and the temps inside are just right. Introducing the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative. The collaborative is a public-private partnership between UI, NG, and Meridium. It delivers the funds UI needs to drive our academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at US Cellular. So you can connect with all your family members this holiday season, like your snowbird grandparents, your adorable nieces, or your favorite uncle. Just think, with any phone free from US Cellular, you can even call your aunt who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or, you know, maybe just send her a festive text. Everyone can get the gift of connection at US Cellular. Get any phone free today. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/corngrowsiowa.
There's a Honda for every holiday adventure. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Find your new Honda during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord and 2024 CRV.
So see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
Our mission at Oaknall is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oaknall is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hansher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Appreciate everybody once again coming out for our final show of 2023. Don't forget, our next show will be January the 8th, as we'll take a couple of weeks off with the holiday next week. And then, of course, Iowa plays the following week, a home game against Michigan State. So a busy time, but we'll get all our shows in. Don't worry about that. Hawk fans, Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, they know that you're here for every fadeaway, every alley-oop, every buzzer beater, and Wellmark is here for every moment, too, with trusted health coverage committed to making healthcare better. Learn more at wellmark.com/hoops. Back to the phones, and we'll head to Des Moines, where we were just last weekend with Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. Did we lose Anthony?
Hi, Coach.
Oh, there
we go.
All right.
Okay,
Hi,
there he
Anthony.
is. You too.
And I hope everybody got the Christmas shopping done. And two questions I like to have for you. The first question is well, how do you match up with Loyola Chicago? I don't know what the record is or anything, but how do you match up with Loyola Chicago? And with the game that was in town over the weekend, my question is for you there, guys. When's the last time a Hawkeye women's basketball team has ever played here in Des Moines? And guys, I'll hang up and listen. And go Hawks. And Rob, congratulations on your Final Four championship ring.
Well,
go Hawks,
thank
guys.
you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Coach Bluder surprised me, so that happens every once in a while.
That was fun. Well, the last time we were in Des Moines is when we played Drake, right? We played Drake every other year. And so last year we were in Des Moines playing Drake University. We'll be there again next year. So looking forward to that. They've done a great job with the program at Drake for sure. How we match up against Loyola. To me, they've won 4 games in a row right now. They have beaten somebody in the Big Ten already in Northwestern. And they played that game at Northwestern and won by 5 points. We have one common opponent in Chicago State. Cleveland State, sorry. They lost to Cleveland State by 8 points. So that gives you a little bit of idea. They haven't played the opponents that we have played. Wins against Eastern Illinois, Milwaukee, SIU. But again, I really think that they're doing a good job with the program. They have some decent three-point shooters. They play more of a 5-out offense, and so not like your traditional back to the basket, post. Their post player is 6'2", averaging 10 points a game. They're kind of a balanced scoring team again, and it's going to be an interesting challenge. I know their coach Allison Guth, and she's going to have them ready to go for sure.
Get their best shot. There's no doubt about that. Just like every time out.
Yep.
Let's go to North Liberty and bring in Karen. Karen, how are you this evening?
Well, hi there. Oh, I'm fine.
Good.
I was going to say it's so different going to the women's games now because you have no curtains and you have long lines for ice cream, no vacant rows, people complaining they can't find a parking spot, relatives now asking, when do the women play and is it on TV and why not? And these are things that were always associated with the men. So, boy, have we come up in this world. And I remember keeping score for 6-on-6. And the little towns were always big for their girls. And I said then, I hope we can do that big time. Well, here we are, and you have made winter very exciting, so keep it up. Now, my question. When you were overseas
Thanks,
and you did that zip line, were you nervous or did you have fun?
On the zip line?
Yeah.
Oh, both. I mean, I was nervous on that first one.
When I watched that, I said, I'm not sure I'd go through that.
Couldn't see the ending point, so that first one was kind of a lot. And so I was very, very nervous, but I could not back down. My team was standing there, man. There's no way I'm going to back down with that. So it was a lot of fun, though. We had a great, great time.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again. Absolutely. Absolutely, I would do it again. I'm so glad the curtains are up. I mean, it was one thing when we put them in, and it was right, to do so, to bring everybody closer to the court and to make it feel like there's more people in there. I am so glad we don't have to have those curtains down anymore. And it's just, thank you to everybody that shows up. That's why we don't have the curtains anymore, because of you guys. So thank you so much. And, man, I don't think we could get enough ice cream machines. They pay for themselves. They got to. They got to.
Yeah, I'd throw 5 or 6 of them up there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Karen, anything else? Oh, she's gone. Okay. All right. Well, good call, as always. Let's head up to Michigan and check in with Kyle. Kyle, how are you?
Good, Rob. How about you?
Wonderful.
Hi, and hi, Coach.
Hi, Kyle.
Great win Saturday night over a pretty good Cleveland State team.
Thank you. Yeah, they'd won 9 in a row before that point.
Yeah, they've been playing some good ball. What worries me coming up, Coach, is that 9 days between Loyola Chicago and a really good Minnesota club to open Big Ten play. Not open Big Ten play, but resume Big Ten play. I almost forgot we have already played a game within the Big Ten. But man, after the first of the year, the schedule gets brutal.
It sure does.
Right?
You are absolutely right.
Oh my God.
He's nervous.
Yes, I am, Rob. And congratulations, by the way, on your Final Four ring.
Well, thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that.
And Coach, what about Minnesota worries you?
Well, right now, nothing. To be quite honest, because I haven't watched them play yet this year. I really am in a situation where I kind of zero in on the next opponent. I am keeping my eye on this UCLA-Ohio State game that's going on right now, just because out of curiosity. But I really haven't watched a lot of our Big Ten opponents yet, because I will work on them as soon as it's time to work on them, which will be the afternoon of the 26th. I mean, that will be when I really start dissecting Minnesota and trying to get ready for them. But right now, I know they're playing so much better. They've only lost one game. They're 1-0 in the Big Ten. Their one loss has been to UConn. So, I mean, Maura Braun is just playing really, really well, as always. I mean, she's just a talented basketball player, a junior for them. And I know Dawn, their new coach, is doing a really great job. So a lot of things will make me nervous, but right now, not one of them, because I'm worried about Loyola right now.
I apologize, Coach.
No, not at all, Kyle. No, thank you for calling, and thank you for your support up in Michigan. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kyle. Call anytime. You look at it, you won eight games. Oh, go. You got another one?
Hey, thank you, Kyle.
Yep, you too.
And to you as well.
You've
I'll
mentioned.
talk to you guys after the break.
Sounds good, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Just Minnesota, you talked about their win streak. Ohio State, 9 in a row. Though in jeopardy tonight, they're down 13.
Yeah.
Indiana has won 7 in a row. And then Maryland. So teams in the Big Ten just getting on a roll.
And Penn State's playing better. Nebraska's playing well. I mean, they're just everybody in the Big Ten. We know that the Big Ten is a grind. And we know as soon as we get back from Christmas, what that will entail for us. And we've done it before, and we'll be ready.
No doubt about that. Kyle's nervous, though, about the beginning of the year. But
Kyle,
it'll be okay.
It's 9 days, so
that's right. You got time.
Yeah.
Let's take one more call before we take our final break. Dan from Cross Plains, Wisconsin. Dan, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm really good up here. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
And just a couple things. One, I gave my daughters the tickets to the Badger game here, so they were able to get in the arena and see that incredible game. But I'm going to actually be in Carver on Thursday. I had a girl that played in our club program up here in Wisconsin who's on the Loyola team roster, and her parents contacted me over the weekend knowing I'm a big Hawks fan, and they had a couple of tickets, and they asked me if I would come down to Carver and join them. And I said there's only one exception. If you can tolerate me amongst all the Loyola parents rooting for the Hawks. So I'm tickled to be in the arena, and I'll be that lone black and gold guy sitting amongst those Loyola parents. But I'm excited to be down there and see your team play, Coach, in person.
Thanks, Dan, and I'll look for you. I'll look for you up there among the black and the maroon and gold. Maroon and gold. I'll look for you.
Yeah, I think it's
Who was the player that you knew?
Satori Tannen. She's a post
their center.
Yeah, Satori. So she played with us, and just a great family, great kid, and she's having a nice career at Loyola. So
she's a 6'2" senior, having a very good career, averaging 11 points a game, 43% shooting, 2.5 offensive rebounds. So doing a really good job on the glass.
Yeah, so I'm happy for her, but I'll be there. The second thing, Coach, I wanted to kind of take you back to the summer meltdown up in Minneapolis, I think at Edina High School. And it was a July event where coaches are in the gym, and everybody's separated from the players, during that event. And I came out after our game, and there was a young lady down there in that lower area. You probably remember the area, know what I'm talking about, where players were and with their parents. And I found myself about 5 feet away from you, speaking to your daughter. And she had just finished playing and was having kind of an emotional moment, and it was tough. And you were, I will never forget, I tilted my ear to kind of listen in on what you were telling your daughter and how you helped her get through what was apparently a tough time for her. And some of the things that you shared with her were really, just stuck out in my mind, and were so clear as a mother supporting, your daughter through some difficult moments. And I shared some of the comments that you gave to your daughter. It might have been Hannah, I'm not sure. But I was so impressed by you being a mom, helping your daughter navigate through a difficult time, but yet being this BCS level coach at Iowa. And I thought, what a great lady to have leading, the University of Iowa basketball team.
Well, thank you, Dan. You realize I didn't get her any dinner that night. I let her. No, I'm just kidding. She got dinner.
He's got a good memory.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. And it was Hannah. She's sitting right here. She's turning kind of red right now. So.
So when you wrapped up with your daughter, I walked up to you and I said, "Hey, Coach, thank you." And you kind of looked at me like, I don't know why you're telling me thank you, but there was that moment, and it just made such an impression on me, Coach.
Well, thanks, Dan.
Appreciate it, Dan.
Really, very, very kind, yep. Dan, and I appreciate that very much. And I do love my daughter, so.
Call anytime.
Okay. All right.
Dan, appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you here in a couple of days. We'll be back and wrap things up as we are at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. And this is Hawk Talk presented by Oak Knoll from Learfield.
Did you know that UI ranks near the top of the EPA's Green Power Leaderboard? With 84% of our energy coming from renewable sources. Now you can be a part of the team that makes it happen. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, our partner in a collaborative, ENGIE North America, is now offering part-time, on-campus positions where you can get hands-on, career-inspiring experience in sustainable utility systems management. Check out the jobs and apply now at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. While farmers work hard to grow the best crop, their Iowa corn checkoff investments are hard at work too. Opening local and global markets for corn and corn-fed products, educating drivers on unleaded 88 as the best fuel at the pump, finding new uses for corn, and sharing the farmer's story. Iowa corn farmers are backed by researchers, educators, market experts, and more. To keep corn growing Iowa.
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at US Cellular. So you can connect with all your family members this holiday season, like your snowbird grandparents, your adorable nieces, or your favorite uncle. Just think, with any phone free from US Cellular, you could even call your aunt who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or maybe just send her a festive text. Everyone can get the gift of connection at US Cellular. Get any phone free today. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Last couple of minutes with Coach Bluder as we are at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Don't forget the Fran McCaffrey Show coming up next. And our next Talk with Coach Bluder will be on the 8th of January in the new year. And this holiday season, the Iowa women's basketball team partnering with U.S. Cellular by giving the gift of connection. This season, the Hawkeyes and U.S. Cellular encourage fans to support Iowa nonprofit organizations by donating new sports gear, art supplies, or family games. Fans can deliver donations to their local U.S. Cellular stores throughout December 31st. Your support, of course, is appreciated. Let's show Iowa how the gift of connection can truly impact the next generation. Of course, Oak Knoll, a proud sponsor of this show, and its mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll, conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. Proud presenting sponsor of Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. You can visit oakknoll.com to learn more. And speaking of Coach Bluder, we're going to have a final non-conference game on Thursday. Ought to be an electric crowd. It seems like forever that we have been inside Carver for a ball game.
Excited to see everybody in Carver again on Thursday, and happy holidays to everybody. Just so thankful for all the support that we get. So happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you, Coach. Great job as always. As the Hawkeyes at 11-1 will get ready for Loyola of Chicago on Thursday, and then Minnesota to resume the Big Ten portion of the schedule on the 30th. Then Michigan State on the 2nd. We'll be back with our next Hawk Talk on January the 8th of next year. Once again, appreciate everybody coming out for Hawk Talk tonight, and we'll see you Thursday and also after the first of the year. So long from the Hyatt Regency. The Fran McCaffrey Show is up next. This is Hawk Talk presented by Oak Knoll from Learfield.
The UI uses the same amount of energy as all the rest of Iowa City. That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. By 2025, we'll rely completely on climate-friendly, alternative fuels. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle these new fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/corngrowsiowa.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
There's a Honda for every holiday adventure. Whether it's traveling to the holiday family dinner in an efficient Accord hybrid, or heading to a hike to burn it off in a powerful CR-V hybrid. Find your new Honda during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Accord Hybrid and 2024 CR-V Hybrid.
So see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
See dealer for financing details.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
On the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield, this has been Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluder. Presented by Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Also brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.